Murfreesboro is a city and the county seat of Rutherford County, Tennessee. The population was 108,755 according to the 2010 census, up from 68,816 residents certified during the 2000 census. 2014 census estimates show a population of 120,954. The city is the center of population of Tennessee and is part of the Nashville metropolitan area, which includes 13 counties and a population of 1,757,912. It is Tennessee's fastest-growing major city and one of the fastest-growing cities in the country. Murfreesboro is also home to Middle Tennessee State University, the largest undergraduate university in the state of Tennessee, with an undergraduate population of 22,299 and 25,188 total students as of 2009. In 2006, Murfreesboro was ranked by Money as the 84th best place to live in the United States, out of 745 cities with a population over 50,000. History: in 1811, the Tennessee State Legislature established a county seat for Rutherford County. The town was first named Canonsburg in honor of Tennessee politician Newton Cannon, but was soon renamed Murfreesboro for Revolutionary War hero Colonel Hardy Murphy. Author Mary News Murphy was his great-granddaughter. As Tennessee grew westward, the location of the state capital in Knoxville began to be inconvenient for the many settlers at a distance to the west. In 1818, Murfreesboro was designated as the capital of Tennessee. In 1826, it was replaced by Nashville as the state capital. Civil War. On December 31, 1862, the Battle of Stones River, also called the Battle of Murfreesboro, was fought near the city between the Union Army of the Cumberland and the Confederate Army of Tennessee. This was a major engagement of the American Civil War. Between December 31 and January 2, 1863, there were 23,515 casualties. It was the bloodiest battle of the war based on percentage of casualties. Following the Confederate retreat from the Battle of Perryville in central Kentucky, Confederate forces moved through East Tennessee and turned northwest to defend at Murfreesboro. General Bragg's veteran cavalry was successful in harassing General Rosecrans' troop movements and in capturing and destroying supply trains, but could not completely stop the supplies and reinforcements from reaching Rosecrans. Despite the large number of casualties, the battle was tactically inconclusive. It is considered a Union victory. At the end of the battle, Confederate General Braxton Bragg retreated 36 miles south to Tullahoma. General Rosecrans did not pursue until he had a secure logistical posture 6 months later in June 1863. The battle was strategically significant since it provided the Union with the basis for further movement to Chattanooga and Atlanta, which would eventually result in the Union splitting the eastern and western theaters by Sherman's march to the sea. Stones River National Battlefield is a National Historical Site. General Rosecrans' movement to the south was dependent on a secure source of provisions. Murfreesboro was destined to become a supply depot for the Union Army. Soon after the battle ended in January 1863, Brigadier General James St. Clair Morton, chief engineer of the Army of the Cumberland, was charged with constructing Fortress Rosecrans approximately 2 miles northwest of the town. The fortifications comprised more than 225 acres and were the largest built during the war. Immense quantities of supplies were stored and maintained in the fortress. The fortress consisted of 8 lunettes, 4 redoubts and connecting fortifications. Both the Nashville and Chattanooga Railroad and the West Fork of the Stones River ran through the fortress. 2 roads provided additional transportation capabilities. The interior of the fortress was a huge logistical resource center including sawmills, warehouses, quartermaster maintenance depots, ammunition magazines, and living quarters for the 2,000 troops who handled the supply operations and defended the fortress. After the fortress was rushed to completion in June, Rosecrans moved south leaving Brigadier General Horatio P. Van Cleve in command. The fortress was never assaulted by Confederate forces, in part, because the Union held the town hostage by keeping cannon aimed at the courthouse. Significant portions of the earthworks still exist and have been incorporated into the battlefield site. Post-Civil War Murfreesboro had begun as a mainly agricultural community, but by 1853 the area was home to several colleges and academies, earning it the nickname Athens of Tennessee. Despite the trauma of the Civil War, by the early 1900s its growth began to regain momentum, in contrast to large areas of the South. In 1911, the state created Middle Tennessee State Normal School, a two-year school for training teachers. There was a subsequent merger with the Tennessee College for Women. In 1925 the school was expanded to a four-year institution. During and following World War II, it grew and developed, attaining university status in 1965 as Middle Tennessee State University. MTSU now has the highest undergraduate enrollment in the state, including several hundred international students. World War II resulted in Murfreesboro diversifying into industry, manufacturing, and education. Since the end of World War II, growth has been steady, giving rise to a stable economy. Murfreesboro has enjoyed substantial residential and commercial growth, with its population increasing 123.9% between 1990 and 2010, from 44,922 to 100,575. The city has been a destination for many immigrants leaving areas affected by warfare. Since 1990 numerous Somalis and Kurds from Iraq have settled here. The city has also become more cosmopolitan by attracting more numerous international students to the university. Government: the City Council has 6 members, all elected at large for 4-year terms, on staggered schedules with elections every 2 years. The mayor is elected at large. City Council members have responsibilities for various city departments. Geography: Murfreesboro is located at 35°50 euro squared 46 euro cubed n 86°23 euro squared 31 euro cubed w. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 39.2 square miles. 39.0 square miles of it is land and 0.2 square miles of it is water. However, as of 2013 the city reports its total area as 55.94 square miles. Murfreesboro is the geographic center of the state of Tennessee. A stone monument marks the official site on Old Lascassas Pike, about 0.5 miles north of MTSU. The West Fork of the Stones River flows through Murfreesboro. A walking trail, the Greenway, parallels the river for several miles. A smaller waterway, Lytle Creek, flows through downtown including historic Canonsburg Village. Parts of the 19-mile-long creek suffer from pollution due to the urban environment and its use as a stormwater runoff. Murfreesboro is home to a number of natural and man-made lakes plus several small wetlands including Todd's Lake and the Murfree Spring Wetland Area. Transportation: Murfreesboro is served by Nashville International Airport, Smyrna Airport and Murfreesboro Municipal Airport. The city also benefits from several highways running through the city, including Interstate 24, U.S. Routes 41, 70S, and 231, and State Routes 1, 2, 10, 96, 99, 268 and 840. Industry also has access to North-South rail service with the rail line from Nashville to Chattanooga. Public transportation. Since April 2007, the city of Murfreesboro has established a new transportation system with 9 small buses, each capable of holding 16 people and including 2 spaces for wheelchairs. The system is called Rover. The buses are bright green with Rover, and a cartoon dog painted on the side. Buses operate in 6 major corridors: Memorial Boulevard, N.W. Broad Street, Old Fort Parkway, South Church Street, Mercury Boulevard and Highland Avenue. A one-way fare is $1 for adults, 50 cents for children 6 to 16 and seniors 65 and over, and free for children under 6. The system operates Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Demographics: as of the 2010 census, there were 108,755 people residing in the city. The racial makeup of the city was 75.62% white, 15.18% Black/African American, 0.35% Native American, 3.36% Asian, 0.04% Pacific Islander, 2.79% from other races, and 2.65% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 5.93% of the population. In the 2000 census, there were 26,511 households, out of which 30.7% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 43.8% were married couples living together, 11.9% had a female householder with no husband present, and 40.6% were non-families. 28.3% of all households were made up of individuals, and 7.0% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.42 and the average family size was 3.02. In the city, the population was spread out, with 22.7% under the age of 18, 20.5% from 18 to 24, 30.8% from 25 to 44, 17.3% from 45 to 64 and 8.8% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 29 years. For every 100 females there were 98.7 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 97.2 males. The median income for a household in the city was $39,705, and the median income for a family was $52,654. Males had a median income of $36,078 versus $26,531 for females. The per capita income for the city was $20,219. About 8.2% of families and 14.1% of the population were below the poverty line, including 12.0% of those under the age of 18 and 11.1% of those 65 and older. Special census estimates in 2005 indicated 81,393 residents, and in 2006 the U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey estimated a population of 92,559, with 35,842 households and 20,979 families in the city. Murfreesboro's 2008 special census reported that the population had reached 100,575, while preliminary information from the 2010 U.S. Census indicates a population of 108,755. Education. Education within the city is overseen by Murfreesboro City Schools. MCS focuses on kindergarten through 6th grade learning. The city has 12 schools serving 7,200 students between grades pre-K through 6th. A 13th school, named Overall Creek Elementary, is scheduled to be completed by 2014. More than 68% of licensed employees have a master's degree or higher. High schools are overseen by Rutherford County Schools, which has 42 schools and a student population of nearly 40,000. The Japanese Supplementary School in Middle Tennessee, a weekend Japanese education program, holds its classes at Peg Hall of the Middle Tennessee State University, while its school offices are in Jefferson Square. Parks. Canonsburg Village is a reproduction of what a working pioneer village would have looked like from the period of the 1830s to the 1930s. Visitors can view the grist mill, schoolhouse, doctor's office, Lehman House, caboose, wedding chapel, and other points of interest. It is also home to the world's largest cedar bucket. Old Fort Park is a 50-acre park which includes baseball fields, tennis courts, children's playground, an 18-hole championship golf course, picnic shelters and bike trail. Barfield Crescent Park is a 430-acre facility with 8 baseball fields, 7 miles of biking running trails, an 18-hole championship disc golf course, and 10 picnic shelters. Murfreesboro Greenways System is a system of greenways with 12 miles of paved paths and 11 trailheads. In 2013, the City Council approved a controversial 25-year master plan to extend the system by adding 173 miles worth of new greenways, bikeways and blueways at an estimated cost of $104.8 million. Culture. Music Murfreesboro hosts several music-oriented events annually, such as the Main Street Jazzist presented by MTSU's School of Music and the Main Street Association each May. For over 30 years, Uncle Dave Macon Days has celebrated the musical tradition of Uncle Dave Macon. This annual July event includes national competitions for old-time music and dancing. Because of MTSU's large music program, the city has fostered a number of bands and songwriters, including, the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza, A Plea for Purging, Self, Fluid Dances, The Katies, Count Bass D, Destroy 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 and The Features. Arts The Murfreesboro Center for the Arts, close to the square, entertains with a variety of exhibits, theater arts, concerts, dances, and magic shows. Murfreesboro Little Theater has provided the community with popular and alternative forms of theater arts since 1962. Murfreesboro's International Folk Fest began in 1982 and is held annually during the second week in June. Groups from countries spanning the globe participate in the festival, performing traditional songs and dances while attired in regional apparel. The MTSU Student Film Festival showcases student-submitted films annually during the second week in April. Other organizations include Youth Empowerment Through Arts and Humanities and the Murfreesboro Youth Orchestra. Museums The Discovery Center at Murfreesboro is a nature center and interactive museum focusing on children and families. The facility includes 20 acres of wetlands with a variety of animals. Bradley Academy Museum contains collectibles and exhibits of the first school in Rutherford County. This school was later renovated to become the only African-American school in Murfreesboro, which closed in 1955. The Stones River National Battlefield is a national park which memorializes the Battle of Stones River, which took place during the American Civil War during December 31, 1862, to January 3, 1863. The grounds include a museum, a national cemetery, monuments, and the remains of a large earthen fortification called Fortress Rosecrans. Oakland's Historic House Museum is a 19th-century mansion which became involved in the Civil War. It was occupied as a residence until the 1950s, after which it was purchased by the city of Murfreesboro and renovated into a museum by the Oaklands Association. Shopping There are two main malls located within the city limits. Stones River Mall is a traditional enclosed mall, featuring stores and restaurants such as Forever 21, or Copyright Rippersdale, Journeys, Hot Topic, Agassi, Dillard's, Buckle, Books A Million, Olive Garden, and TGI Fridays. The Avenue Murfreesboro is an outdoor lifestyle center with such shops as American Eagle, Hollister, Best Buy, Belk, Petco, Dick's Sporting Goods, Express, Mimi's Cafe, Romano's Macaroni Grill, and Longhorn Steakhouse. The historic downtown Murfreesboro district also offers a wide variety of shopping and dining experiences that encircle the pre-Civil War courthouse. Media Murfreesboro is serviced by the following media outlets: newspapers, the Daily News Journal, the Murfreesboro Post, the Murfreesboro Pulse, Sidelines, MTSU Student Newspaper, Radio, WGNS, Talk Radio, WMOT, MTSU Jazz Station, WMTS-FM, MTSU Freeform Student-Run Station, TV, Channel 3, Murfreesboro Government Access Television Cable Channel, WETV-LP, MT10, MTSU Student-Run Educational Access Television Channel. 2009 Tornado. Murfreesboro has been in the path of destructive tornadoes several times. On April 10, 2009, at approximately 12:30 p.m. CDT, an EF4 tornado struck the western and northern fringes of the city of Murfreesboro. As a result, 2 people were killed and 41 others injured. 845 homes were affected, 117 were totally destroyed. 292 had major damage. 175 had minor damage and 255 others were affected to some degree. The tornado, which the National Weather Service indicates was on the ground for about a half hour, is estimated to have caused in excess of $40 million in damages. Mosque controversy. Beginning in 2010, The Islamic Center of Murfreesboro faced protests related to its plan to build a new 12,000-square-foot mosque. The County Planning Council had approved the project, but opposition grew in the aftermath, affected by this being a year of elections. Signs on the building site were vandalized, with the first saying "Not Welcome" sprayed across it and the second being cut in two. Construction equipment was also torched by arsonists. In August 2011, a Rutherford County judge upheld his previous decision allowing the mosque to be built, noting the U.S. constitutional right to religious freedom and the ICM's observance of needed process. The center has a permanent membership of around 250 families and a few hundred students from the university. The case ultimately attracted national media attention as an issue of religious freedom. Points of interest: Discovery Center at Murfree Spring, Geographic Center of Tennessee, Middle Tennessee State University, Oakland's Historic House Museum, Stones River Greenway Arboretum, Stones River National Battlefield, Canonsburg Village. Murfreesboro is the home of a consolidated mail outpatient pharmacy. It is part of an initiative by the Department of Veterans Affairs to provide mail-order prescriptions to veterans using computerization at strategic locations throughout the United States. It is located on the campus of the Alvin C. York Veterans Hospital. The City Center building is the tallest building in Murfreesboro. Located in the downtown area, it was built by Joseph Swanson in 1989. It has 15 floors, including a large penthouse, and stands 211 feet tall. As a commercial building, its tenants include Bank of America and is the headquarters for the National Healthcare Corporation. Economy Top employers According to Murfreesboro's 2014 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, the top employers in Rutherford County are: Notable people: Jerry Anderson, football player; Rankin Bobby, journalist and author; Ronnie Barrett, firearms manufacturer; Mark Bell, journalist; James M. Buchanan, economist; Reno Collier, stand-up comedian; Colton Dixon, singer; Will Allen Dromgoole, author and poet; Harold Earthman, politician; Bart Gordon, politician and lawyer; Susan Harney, actress; Joe Black Hayes, football player; Yolanda Hughes Haying, professional female bodybuilder; Robert James, football player; Marshall Cabell, African-American preacher; Andrew Nelson Lytle, novelist, dramatist, essayist and professor; Jean MacArthur, wife of U.S. Army General of the Army Douglas MacArthur; Matt Mahaffey, record producer and recording engineer; Philip D. McCulloch, Jr., politician; Ridley McLean. United States Navy Rear Admiral Joseph B. Palmer, lawyer, legislator, and soldier; Sarah Childress Polk, First Lady of the United States; Patrick Porter, singer-songwriter; David Price, Major League Baseball pitcher; Grantland Rice, sports writer; Mary Scales, 1928–2013, professor and civic leader; Robert W. Scales, Vice Mayor of Murfreesboro; Margaret Rio Seddon, NASA astronaut; Chuck Taylor, Major League Baseball relief pitcher; Chris Young, country music artist. Notable bands: Destroy Destroy Destroy, American heavy metal band; De Novo Dahl, indie rock band; Feeble Whiner, American power pop band; Fluid Ounces, American power pop band; Self, American alternative pop rock band; The Katies, American power pop band; The Plane, American rock band; The Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza, American mathcore band; Velcro Stars, indie pop band. See also: Blackman, Tennessee; Boxwood, Barrett Firearms Manufacturing; First Presbyterian Church; Murfreesboro musicians; Murphy Center, Evergreen Cemetery. References. External links: Murfreesboro City website, Line-Bore Public Library System, Daily News Journal, Murfreesboro Post, Murfreesboro, Tennessee is at coordinates 35 degree 50 euro squared 46 euro cubed n 86 degree 23 euro squared 31 euro cubed w.